have an emergency in our country. It cannot be that we consider normal over 1,000 murders yearly.
Welcome back to MyView TV, the people's platform, the home of undiluted news, reviews, updates, and your daily dose of entertainment. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I don't bring nobody forward in your cheer for me. Everything what you see up my natural talent. Man, me tell you something. You see, when you know what to please the audience with, it's simple, me.
Well, my people, hope everybody doing okay, hope everybody doing alright. So some only political things they go on throughout the course of the week, or whenever they get for talk about. See, because today is Sunday, I could just wrap it up and make people them know exactly where go on. Because whole heap of paper, I see bus, whole heap of case on their road. So you know, say trouble are go on. Prosecutors on Thursday discontinued criminal proceeding against two brothers charged in relation of a 2016 killing of Manchester businessman Trevor Meeker in Ingleside in the parish. The two accused, Alwyn and Steve Edwards, were charged with murder and robbery. A member of the defense team, guess who people, not Peter Bagjuice, Peter Champagne, said the trial was unable to proceed because the prosecution witnesses were unavailable. So while on there, they never took no statement on them thing there. They had been in custody for an extended period of time, and from the initial arrest, both gentlemen had denied any involvement in the murder of the deceased, the attorney maintained. Anyway, people, I can move on because some other youth bust some case on their road too. Four men were accused of killing 4 people and setting their house ablaze in Whitfield Town more than a decade ago have been acquitted following a month-long trial in the Home Circuit Court. Navodo Lions, Jermaine Myers, Dacan Pilkington, and Gerald Robinson, who have been in custody since the incident in 2010, were freed on Thursday following a ruling by Justice Leighton Pusey. The men, who were all accused of being members of the Stinga gang, was charged with murder, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and arson. Handing down of his ruling, the judge stated that the prosecution witnesses were unreliable and it had not established its case beyond a reasonable doubt. Yeah, people. So they say exactly what I go on right there. So, whole heap, same thing. You understand? Some people they get slapped to we never get to talk about. So like how me have the bird shirt in front of me now, let me tell you where go on. 44-year-old Gavin Coward, a vendor of Endon in Glendevon, St. James, was shot and killed by gunmen on Wednesday, April 6. Report by the Barrett Street Police that at about 5:45 p.m. a resident reported heard gunshot coming from an area and the police were summoned. On the arrival of lawmen, Coward was discovered lying face down along the roadway in a pool of blood with gunshot wound to the upper body. Yes, and then just moving body and can't go right round on the mag. One little killing they go on in a Kingston to people. Yes, you know one little area called Red Hills Road. Whenever they get the birth cert, but get the birth cert now, I can't tell exactly where go on. The African police are carried out investigation to probe of the death of a man who was shot and killed by a gunman at his home in Red Hills, St. Andrew. He has been identified as 27-year-old Sanjay Brown, a Tyler of Red Hills Road. Report from the African police at about 4 a.m. Brown was at his home when armed men with gun ambushed him and opened fire, hitting him multiple times. The police were summoned. Upon the arrival, Brown was transported right down at the mark. Yes, another dead body, another one bite the dust. Only him and who slap him, no way mix up in her. Don't bother come argue with me. Argue with who slap him, because who know who. Anyway, come move on with the news. At the rate of control move, local government election soon called. See me right now what I talk about? Special emergency power needed to help fight crime. I don't want to feel like me make up no story. Remember me telling a ball-to-ball commentary on this platform. So Kanjo, come tell the people them exactly what I go on.
Have an emergency in our country. It cannot be that we consider normal over 1,000 murders yearly. It cannot be considered normal that Jamaica is in the top 5 countries for homicide rates in the world. We cannot consider it normal. As we pursue the use of emergency measures, our police force, our military understands that any power that they have, it must be used within the law and respect for the citizens. And I believe we have shown that and we have done that. We want to have a consensus on going hard on criminals, on using all the tools, including the SOEs available, on our criminals, so that we can truly bring down the crime problem. It would be much easier if we had a national consensus, but the political divide creates a space in which criminals can flourish and plan their activities. Our strategy must be to also incorporate the citizens into crime fighting. The citizens must feel that the police are on their side and they are on the side of the police. We have an emergency, and I believe that notice should be taken of this, both by the opposition, both by the judiciary, and certainly the government has taken notice of it, that we have an emergency and we need to be able to use emergency powers to address it.
That was Kanju Hopeless, people. You understand him, same officer already? And that done. Can I move on? Parents are phone the time now. I need you to pay more attention to no kids. Yes, man, need to spend more time with them and pay more attention, because there's a new trend in school. And along with that trend, more gangs are now in school. I have some mama and some papa will send them picnic to school for go fight and join gang, you know. Nobody feel like say me no know, you know. You see the fact say I go tell your picnic say, if somebody like you just lick them back and go for your friend or your cousin when I'm upper class and just mash them up. That's not the way to go about it. Anyway, people, listen what I go on right now.
They're having pill parties. Pill parties. Back in the day, here about ecstasy. Ecstasy was a party drug. It make you feel nice and you do your thing. Now this Molly thing has surfaced. It is not an over-the-counter, I'm told. I'm told that it is under the counter. So there's the underworld that is pushing this. When they got to the pill party, a 14-year-old went and he started to gyrate on the ground and do some stuff. Didn't know himself, that to rush him to the hospital. And so this is creeping in. They are not just stamping ball and drops and cakes and cookies. They are laced with ganja. So ganja is the binding agent in these products. And you have what is called now alcohol gummies. So the gummies are laced with alcohol, soaked, infused. An adult told me that when they smell the thing, it was as potent as just drinking it from the bottle.
We need to have this overarching approach to discipline, where the children know that not only the dean of discipline is serious about discipline, but the class teachers too, the guidance counselors, and even the groundsman is serious about discipline.
These include marijuana cakes, the drops, alcohol-infused gummies, and the now emerging drug, Molly. The detective corporal says students are now attending pill parties in their communities to satisfy their urge for drugs.
So we are on top of it, and we are looking into strategies to combat this and to educate our students, because it's really about education. And so our students are able to identify these things and know what to consume and what not to consume. Also, what we are noticing is that even the little Doritos that you will buy at the supermarket, snacks. So sometimes you search and you look and you might think that, oh, this is just a bag of Doritos or Lay's. But inside those bags are not chips, are not what we're expecting. So they will open the bag and then put the products in and then reseal it.
There are plan afoot now that we have face-to-face school reopening. There are plans afoot to have mentorship program, because we recognize, of course, that there are a number, well, most of the families in Jamaica, well, I won't give you stats, but a considerable amount of homes in Jamaica, they are being led by female. when the youngsters would get to school, it's the same reality.
When we identify youngsters who are possible or were possibly exposed to gang activities, because you in the school would pick that up before us, you're going to pick that up before us, we would want to be able to pull those students for the kind of mentorship and education, aimed at preventing them from going down that road.
Gang activities in schools are not new, but the frequency with which students are now forming gangs is a cause for concern.
Someone said to me that there was something about the crime situation, and they were saying that, no man, your crime will be lower now because who you're looking for are back in school. Sounds laughable, but I can tell you, the last weapon that we got was from a 17-year-old.
At a Safe School Symposium in St. Catherine recently, Head of the St. Catherine South Police, SSP Christopher Phillips, said some school leaders have been turning a blind eye to disruptive and violent students.
I went to a school and I was a bit perturbed by the fact that a student put him on a teacher and was still allowed to remain there because a meeting was not planned yet. Crazy.
He pointed to one of the most wanted men in the island.
When I did some background check about this person, I recognized that he started to give problem from junior high school. Was well known to teachers and everybody. And he eventually graduated, where he's killing elderly left, right, and center.